Video game slash fiction. This is a timed writing game, and for today, I'm going to give myself 90 minutes. We're going to randomly select one of these Atari 2600 cartridges, put it in the console, play the game within that time frame, write an intellectual property-free flash fiction story, read it at the end, critique it at the end, move on with our lives. Let's select the game. I have a 6-sided dice. I have a column of 6 games from bottom to top, 1 to 6. Roll the dice, and it is a 6. It's a 6. Okay, so for today's video game flash fiction game, to be intellectual property free, Star Wars. See if I can kind of maybe get that in there focused. Front, there's the front. Star Wars Jedi Arena. That is so full chock and possessed and whatever of intellectual property. Let's see where we can write this story and play this game. When these games are purchased, I test to make sure they work, and then I put them on a shelf. And on that shelf they stay until, well, put them in a stack and roll a dice and select them. Let's see if it loads this game. I am going to need this over here. Oh, what is this? And is it a 2-player game? And am I using the right joystick? I don't know. All right, now I'm moving a thing, man. I hit joystick. I feel like maybe I should look at the no, there's no indicator of, like, I'm almost believing this is supposed to be paddles. Which is fine. I got paddles. I just need to be able to put the paddles in. This is, well, for those who've never played the Atari 2600 or those ancient games, joysticks had wires. Sometimes they came in pairs, so you could play 4 at a time. And so I'm suspecting this game requires the paddles. And what makes me suspect that is just the fact my joystick wasn't doing a thing. I can plug the joystick back in once we're done with this and test it. Oh, that's right. The small digital 7800. Trying out to see if it streams better, which I think it does. But my sound, I got to get that dialed in. All right, so now we have paddle joysticks plugged in. Where are we at here? It's loading. Now, hey, I moved a thing. There we go. I bet this one moves the other one. No? It's only one player, so move something. So, I'm really confused. So now I got to create a game off of this with just the mechanics and sight and sounds, and trying to throw away every sort of concept of Jedi. Jedi doesn't exist here. Look, I'm questioning if this game even has sound on it. It's... Oh, wait, there we go. so far like I know where this is in the movie. This is supposed to be that little hovering ball you see on the Falcon. Yeah. I don't see any energy bar. Oh, okay. We're looking from above. If we were having our Jedi arena, I can now see things like the head and the two arms. It really doesn't look like they're holding a lightsaber though. It's more as if we were just pointing a rod that's blue at a thing. Like they got some steering wheel. Weird, maybe not so weird, because I've been trying to play through a lot of the intellectual property Atari games that I have, so I can compile a book called IP3 that has all intellectual property video game stuff and names. And I recently played The Return of the Jedi, and that one was a thing about traffic and getting to work. And this one, man, I suck. I'm not a Jedi. Like, I'm barely able to move my thing now after that. I don't know. Story. I'm just kind of captivated by the game. Where I'm up above now. I see you switch spots. It's like tennis. Yes. You gotta switch sides of the, I guess it's like sports. I guess tennis comes to mind because this is like a single player against single player, not a basketball or football. So what would, like I can't, let's go through the easy three things for me to make a flash fiction story. To make sure you have a conflict and you can resolve that conflict at the end and then have your story. Work, sports, or, I don't know, that sounds really intense and loud right now for me. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Okay. Gosh dang it, that's loud. Yeah. Okay, now that dissonance. I mean, maybe that's part of it though, right? Like if you're at home playing this game, that's what you're going to be all hearing. And it's part of it, the sights and sounds. I just don't know. Okay, so we're like I did not recognize, this, all of my ability to build up a story about it. This is a person holding a thing. It's just purely based upon the fact I know what a lightsaber is, a Jedi is, and I can start to build those round dots into people's bodies as you look above. Now when I initially loaded this game, I didn't see them as people. I just saw them as like a thing projecting this is the process of writing a story. Let's put this aside. We got some ball that shoots electricity and flies around. And I'm not sure, like if I hit, if I hit my button, I wonder, was that? I see it now. So this is, okay, so if I point my lightsaber this way, then I press my button, it shoots that at the same angle. And if I point it forward, the blue goes straight up. And then there's some crazy stuff where it just starts shooting all sorts of colors. And now I'm seeing it. There's these little bricks that are before me that I see. This is not unfun now that I understand the mechanics of the game. It's like Breakout, but you've got to guide your shot with your lightsaber. Then it shoots electric stuff and breaks down this shield. Jedi Arena is going to always say it's a sport, so let's just go with sport because sport's easy, right? Like you write a flash fiction story about someone making the final shot of the final game that they ever play and they don't know it, and that, you know, you can get that in 800 words. But unlike if you're saying like a shot for basketball or a shot for golf or serve in tennis, that has a lot of context that you can include to make it only 800 words. Because if I say the word tennis, even if you've never played tennis and don't know the rules, there is an assumption that a lot of people know what tennis is, so they have that context in their mind. There is no context for whatever sport I'm about to create. It's an arena too, so even the name is telling me either that or maybe it's like a let me think here. It's possible to be because it's just my first impression loading the game, and I'm going to go with that, was that it was like the end of a sensor shooting out a beam. So if we look above, I can see that, yes, from the above perspective, that looks like a head. I'm talking about the red person with like a blue-black head that's surrounded by a darker red body and then has two arms coming out with black hands holding the red lightsaber. And then on the opposite side, you have the blue with the yellow head and yellow hands. That to me, I can start to like compose in my mind that that's a human looking above, but that's not the first thing I thought when I saw this. All the other mechanics I got to keep. These is what'll change. But what is the objective if this is a game? And it's not a person throwing down a lightsaber, because I don't know what a lightsaber is. Like if I'd never understood what complete context of this game and build it up, what is it? Never understood. I don't think drinking coffee is really going to help me. I've lost. It seems to be a match of 3. Oh, I mean, that's not... Oh, see, like, okay, wait a second. It's like you have to think of offense and defense. Like, I got to protect myself from their strikes, but then I got to set up my strike, and it has to be based upon the location of the ball, which I don't control. It just floats back and forth. Wow. So... Could I make it a sequel of the previous game? And the previous game was Return of the Jedi Death Star Battle or something like that. And I made that just about a story about someone commuting to work. And Death Star was more they're going to get their yearly reviews at work. And if they're late, they feel like they may get demoted because they're not the star worker. And in their own mind, they start this Star Wars. So I've at least was able to take care of all the names. And this one, Jedi Arena, Star Wars Jedi Arena. Maybe this is what they have to do to prove out that they're worthy. But that doesn't make much sense either. If I was going to use the context, or maybe I'll just use this as an example of writing around copyright, and I mean, it's not going to work as well. It absolutely is not going to work as well. What am I going to do here? The rods, they're moving. I mean, I wish I had some sort of Wish I had a brain. Only if I had a brain. I can't even break one of their things. I'll blame it on the... Oh, did I get a... I just want to get one brick. I can just get... I got... Okay, so I only got an hour and 3 minutes left, and I haven't... How many words? I got more than that. What? I started a little bit late today. Jedi Arena. Maybe this is a car racing game. Let's not go there. So what would the Jedi be? If you didn't know what a Jedi was and this was an arena. Jedi. Maybe that's a Jedi that's floating around. It looks kind of like an eye. Jedi. Jedi Arena. I'm going to say that more until it makes sense to me. It's going to sound really creepy, I bet. If heard. Just isolated. Maybe I should get the sounds and sights going again here. Just for a little bit. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's write a word. I'm going to leave the sound. Just enough. Not to annoy, but maybe to annoy. Jam it into my mind at least, as I'm going to try to start to write this story. I could procrastinate and play that game all day and just talk, but guess what talking doesn't do? Talking doesn't write. So Star Wars, and how do I do colons? I can usually do dash on the name. Jedi Arena? I think that's how you spell arena. At least that's maybe how it's spelled. Let me look on the cartridge because I'm human and... I wrote a story, in fact. And which one? It's this one right here. Video game Flash Fiction Work has the story of Empire Strikes Back. I think it's right about producers and writers on a movie set. It happened, I think I wrote it around the last strike with the Writers Guild. And yeah, I mean, you write what you know. You can only write what you know, and everything else is just an attempt to lie at what you know. Lie with what you know. That's why it's called fiction. And this is, I don't know. I've got a ball flying around. I got at least 3 points being scored. So this is a testing work sport. I can make a story about work sport. That'd be even more fun, right? Still waiting for that aha moment. Not happening. So it's a spaceship. It kind of looks like... It's a lot easier when they're man, I'm avoiding writing the story because I don't even know what to think of it. Like, my impression of what the story was about when I first saw this is different. I'm trying to recapture that at first. Just, well, you know, you can try to train yourself not to write about a subject matter, but you're going to fail at it, especially when it's called Jedi Arena. So let's go sports. And regardless of whether I first saw that as a human or not, I still saw it as a thing projecting and guided by some agency. And maybe this could be about a cooperative thing, and maybe it could, if I were to do it about work, like it seems like an aggressive thing because you're trying to deconstruct someone else's object on the other side, which lends itself to just being like some sort of space age futuristic game, more so than a work process, unless you're working for a defense contractor and you're testing out new weapons or something like that. But I've done those before, and I'm tired of writing about dystopian war. I do that every day. I don't need to do that all the time. Work, I don't mind. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life until I die, because that's just the world we live in and society that exists. So with that, work isn't so out of the realm of writing a subject, of using as a subject to write the story about. Let's do something better, though. Fudge, what time is my stream time? I said 90 minutes. Do I even have any sort of concept right now when I started this? I don't. I'm going to go to places so I can see when this started. I usually have a timer, but it broke, and I got to buy a new one. I'm buying a new one. It'll get bought soon. So I got hour and 10 minutes. And they think a Star Wars Jedi Arena. If I were to do this for the work, that'd be fun. Maybe let's just do that. But I've already used Jedi Arena in one story as a wormhole. Maybe this is in the wormhole. Flying the Jedi. Now, why would it call Jedi Arena, though? This is going to be a different story. Work. Let's try. Let's not go wormhole. That's just way too not this one. I could use nanos. I could use quantum. Use subject matters I know nothing about and few other people do, and there's still more science fiction than fiction. They're more fiction than nonfiction in a lot of people's minds. So they're easy to use for science and make people believe you know what you're talking about. Throw some nanos in. Throw some quantum something. We got the quantum rods. Let's make it a sport. Let's just go there. I mean, let's be honest. Maybe it could be, I was going to say, let's be honest, like humans are, they're going to like to play games. Sometimes they label those games as sports. They work, or they like to do nothing. This is not a do nothing type of situation. Maybe it is. Maybe, fudge, man, I'm talking way too much about this. Talking don't write. I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe it could be a romance. Maybe that's what it is. Let's do that. That's where I want to go with this. It's a date. Let's throw out every sort of story element thing I've been using for literally the past 20 years. Trying to get and writing more about emotions and pair bonding than work and war and politics and dystopia and the concept of utopia. Let's make this about a date night. And if this is going to be intellectual property free, then usually you're going to fall into. Now I said IP free, and if it's to be a date, I'm thinking because usually they're not going to go after you if you name drop intellectual property and it's not harmful. Meaning I'm not making Jedi Arena or I'm trying to sell this. I don't know. If it's the background though, maybe it could be a date night thing, and this is it. This is like you're playing ice hockey, or not ice hockey, because that's you could play ice hockey during date night, but that'd be probably complicated, especially if you're gonna like suit up, and that'd be hard to like just make an assumption someone's gonna want to do that or can. I couldn't go on a date if we're gonna play hockey on the ice. In this date night, though, and maybe I think it's going to be date night. Now, whether to put this, and this is Star Wars date night. Maybe it could be a first-person narrative. How do I create Jedi? How do I write in Star Wars yet again? I've done it with movie stars. I've done it with workers. And now I got a Star Wars. I got to, you can't have the title called Star Wars Jedi Arena and not at least talk about those two things because they're very unique. And they're dating. Maybe it's the futuristic dating. Maybe just still on the date night. I'm treating this thing like air hockey, which I found when I'm growing up, at least for myself, was like one of the best just group or date things to play as a game. Because everybody, it's fun, easy to learn, and there's interaction. It's better than like foosball. You got to like really know what you're doing. Pool, way too much. All those other games, maybe the basketball game where you're competing shooting shots, but not a lot of people can shoot a basketball and would get tired of that. But air hockey, you really can knock that thing around and have some fun. So let's make this like air hockey. This is their first date, and I don't know what Star Wars and Jedi. Unless that was, so that's, I could, if I were not trying to remove intellectual property, I could just play that into the story and make it sweet and loving and innocent. And therefore, no one's going to care about suing me for using intellectual property, for putting and framing their intellectual property with these labels and putting it into a dire situation like you're killing it or I'm writing a fan fiction of Star Wars. No fan fiction for me. What's a Jedi? Oh, I got it. Jedi is the name of the person. Jedi. Now, Star Wars, I don't figure out yet. This is my arena. That's it right there. So we're going to start with some dialogue. Says Jedi. And they're going to be gripping the red rod. We'll say Jedi. Well, no, Jedi will be blue because I want Jedi to lose. And that's sensitive too. And sensitive on the move, but also it's got a lot of points of aim to it. That's why the paddles work. That's still, I mean, that thing's older than most humans I know. I don't know a lot of humans though. I mean, know of many. This is my arena, says Jedi. Jedi arena. Yeah, exclaim that, says Jedi, gripping. What are we gripping here? I'm not certain. What do I want to grip? The red rod. Wait, no, Jedi is the blue rod. And maybe this could be, yeah, it's just going to be a flat field. Let's turn this back on for some sound. Let's reset this. How much sound is there really coming out? I kind of like this, like the concept of it. It's, you know, you have to be both on offense and defense. Like I can't offend right now, but I can go like this maybe. No, see, they're prepared for me. I should not play this. I got to write a story. I mean, I got it in my mind. This is like air hockey. I don't understand the laser bolts, but we got to get that mechanic down quick, sooner rather than later. I got like an hour left. Gripping the blue rod and moving it side to side over the flat black plane. Plane or plane? This is I'm having plane. This is I'm on a plane of existence. Flat black plane. The flat black circular plane. Circular? I think I want that. Let's go for it. I think I can write this, at least set it up. So we have Jedi. And now, like the Star Wars, I can always just like say, hey, I'm a star. Say that in a different voice so I can picture it being in other characters. Oh, man. Let me open my eyes. Drink more coffee. This is my arena, says Jedi, gripping the blue rod and moving it side to side over the flat black circular plane. Circular playing field. Flat black circular playing field. Now, do I call it... Maybe the game's called Star Wars. But then that's so ringing and it's just full of that luscious intellectual property. And then I gotta have the dynamic. I gotta have it. I gotta get inside the character's head probably a little bit. I gotta sneeze. So let's do that. Maybe this could be a first person narrative. And Jedi is the other person. Oh, please. Well, this is. And is this going to be like the game that everybody loves? So, is this like ice hockey? But in whatever reality, this is being written on their date night. I think maybe they're going to say more fun than air hockey. Maybe it'd be. I gotta get Star Wars. I'll figure it out. I think I'm seeing right now, at least what's manifesting in my mind to be able to write with the Star Wars is that maybe the Star Wars is against the two different games. This person's going to be claiming that this game is better than air hockey. And I'm going to do first person narrative so I can jump into somebody's head and do something different. Like subject, verb, object, present perfect is something I write. Wait, I mean, then yeah, I write in a lot. I say that a lot, and just so I can say it out loud, so I stop doing it or try something different more often than not. And it's working because now I'm going to go first person. I just have to say things aloud at times to make sure I realize what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then often there's a transcript of that thought being taken, like one right now. Says Jedi gripping the blue rod and moving it side to side over the flat black circular playing field. More fun than air hockey. No, it's not. What's the name of the game? It's not going to be Star Wars. It's going to be Shockball. Shockball. I like Shockball. Sucks. Yeah, I think I'm going to go here. Someone's not having a good date night. I guess that's the conflict. If it was, I'll get to lovey-dovey someday. Someday I'm working toward there, but I think at least writing on a date that seems to be failing because this person loves this game, and maybe that's what gets them together. He. I'm not going to put a gender to it because Jedi has no gender, and I'm not going to put the gender to the other voice too because not like they're going to be like engaging in sexual behavior. And if they were, then you definitely wanted to be writing out those joy spots that people have, and then you'd have to sort of start writing toward at least some physical conception of a human configuration and how they get their joy when rubbed. Oh yeah, to be human. So no, it's not. Shockball sucks. It's like I'm sliding a phallic over uh, dirty, dirty, dirty ice. Ice oil. I think I have something. I found it in the first person. So it was a good thing. I was struggling doing it perfect present tense. Subject verb object as I write. Not only was it boring, it was just not the right way to tell the story. Or the easiest way, the one I could probably make quicker than the other. The other one felt more like a novel if I was going to show everything, which I just prefer to do. Build up context with our behaviors. Show more than tell. If I'm not grounded, and all my tiles are down, maybe you get shocked at the end. It could be like a game where you get shocked. I'm like, this person doesn't want to get shocked. Shoot my electric shot. There we are. So now it's just I'm building up this game. The Star Wars, I don't like. I got Jedi, and I think that's what they're gonna say. This is Jedi's arena. The person, the narrator, is gonna get shocked. Swinging their rod side to side, thrusting their hips. Says Jedi. Like, I guess that's the interesting part about trying to go from first person from excuse me. Well, that's what happens when one is around a lot of people for the holidays. Viruses spread and so does sickness, but hey, human body, deal with it. Let's move on with this story. It's also nothing like a cough or a sneeze to really rattle free any sort of that thought, whether it was a good thought and you had a stream of consciousness and was building up a scene in your mind, or annoying thought and resetting the thought was good. In this case, I'm trying to talk my way back into thought after that. This is Jedi's arena, said. Let's have the action first. Like having sex with the handle. Okay. Like, I don't know how to work in Star Wars yet. Maybe that's the name of the game. It's Jedi's Arena. But having the name Star Wars as a game, I mean, that's I'm pretty sure that thing is part of the registered trademark in that category and every category that exists. Um, they can afford the what is it, $650, and then the copyright. So let's not use Star Wars. Because I can't have the game called Star Wars. It's called Shockball. No, it's not. Shockball sucks. It's like I'm a electric shot from the ball that randomly rolls around. I want to get rid of the points are scored. Like, shocks me. I think I'm playing the first person. I'd probably play the game and have fun. But I got to make it someone who does not like the game. They don't like it. And I can imagine that too. It's not as fun, especially if they insulted air hockey. I'd probably be very critical of the person. But this is like that's the ball that rolls around, and so this is sort of the Star Wars. I'm still trying to write in without making it seem too weird. Well, they're always sticky. Let's make this short thought too. Kids picking noses and popcorn grease and hot dog mustard. Shock ball. Well, let's go back to the chakra. Uh, puck and the finger slips. So now I'm just constructing my, my having played lots of air hockey. Obviously, I mean not obviously. I should call that out. I mean, I grew up in a world I knew people with air hockey uh, tables in their basement. More people had pool tables than air hockey. I think 2 air hockey. One actually worked. One was broken. And yeah, and then pool tables. Worst thing happens. Thing happens. Your fingers slip. Just get. I don't even know what they call that thing. In air hockey, when you got the puck hitter, because there ain't no stick. What do you even call that? Yeah. I'm just sitting there saying out loud how much I like air hockey. And having had known people with air hockey things in their basement, in every place where I grew up, when you went to Chuck E. Cheese or you went to some family entertainment place, they always had air hockey. And people would play it. I mean, it's air hockey. It's awesome. But I don't know what you call the thing you hold, like the puck hitter? and your puck hitter. Let's just do that. But that's your fault. That's your fault. That's our fault. That's your fault. And not part of the game. Like getting shocked by some randomly rolling ball and your opponent's aim. I can't even hit down. All right. I can't even hit down one of their barriers. I think it's just going to be the shocked ones. All right, I'm done. Can we play air hockey? At least kind of is fun. More fun than... Yeah. All right. It is. It does pull in sports. I mean, that's just how humans interact. I got to get over my fact that I'm someone who mainly writes about work, sports, and dystopia. Hopefully, I'm trying to keep those things apart. The work and dystopia and keeping those apart at times. It's hard. Oh boy, I'm trying to get in a better mood. See, I'm trying to make this fun, and that's good. People need more fun in their life. I need more fun in my life. And I got to figure out how to put Star Wars in this. So I kind of got this. I kind of got it. For my blog. Frick, that is, I guess if I were to call it out, that's Utah for the word fuck. Unlike frack, which was Battlestar Galactica's word for the word fuck, frick came before frack, at least in my experience of life. Frickin'. And it's dropping the G. Maybe it's something. The Star Wars could be something because I'm getting to the point where this is flash fiction. I need to start getting done with this thing. It's done before it's even started, and hopefully you walk away and feel like you're satisfied in life. Maybe not. Who's ever really satisfied in life? Some people. I guess I'm satisfied, but I'm just not content. Therefore, I'm not satisfied. It has everything to do with just me. And there's certain things in life I am satisfied about. Just my state of time to be able to create things that I believe would be fun. And may show and tell a few things that haven't been done yet and help other people find ways to be creative in this day and age of uncertainty and where our data is getting mutated daily. Four more of my blocks. Fud. Frickin'. And fudge is mine. When I say fudge, I really mean to say fuck. But I started saying fudge when my son was born because it was much more interesting to hear him say fudge instead of fuck when he got angry young. And now I just say fudge all the time because. But if I were in Utah, I would just have went back to frick. Frick. They got frickin' 4 of my blocks. Like, and this stupid. All right. Let's process this someplace. The stupid rod sticks. How'd they block that? For some reason I say wartime. I'm the star. That's it. I think I got to at least read it. I maybe wrote around why this is going to be titled Star Wars Jedi Arena. As is with when you consume lots of water and coffee, the body tells you time to cycle water. Oh, those are notes from editing. Well, let's play the game a little bit and then end this story. I mean, I think I have it. I think. Whoa, this is like a special Jedi. Let's select levels. So this is probably 2-player. Oh, this is medium? Jeez. That was slow. Let's try fast. Whoa. Like, I don't even know how they're sustaining. I'm going to turn up the sound just a little bit. I'm going to jam. May get a little bit intense. But let's get those sights and sounds. At least while I'm playing date night. And Jedi is being a master of the arena they're calling. I think I've got Star Wars out. And I got a way to build up to the end. I've shown the action of the game. And I've given some references to very popular, at least in the United States of America, game. When I was growing up, I don't even know anymore. It's got much more things to do these days than playing air hockey when they're 17. Which is fine. Things change. Just life. There, see, I got shocked. Boom. Gosh, jeez. Oh, wait, I'm blue. Like, I feel like I'm in defense mode all the time. Like, I haven't been able to, like, even concentrate on being on the offense and shooting my blue shock in every single time. I'm going to blame it on the tools. This thing, it's just not responsive. I mean, that's for certain. And that's probably pretty loud. I'm going to go ahead and let's turn the sound back down just a little bit. And it's maybe going to be out of the picture, but that's intense. I just don't, I'm shocked again. Let's let this play out. Let's finish this story. Yeah. Jedi Arena. This is my arena. Okay. It's war. I am the star. Frickin' annoying. I don't know if I even want to play air hockey now. Sure. Maybe that's it. I think that could be the story. I don't need to play it out anymore. I got the tension. I want to make sure, though, that I have. I mean, the end narrative is strung out a bit in that it feels really loose. The stream of consciousness. I guess with narratives, you can construct a little bit more like a sentence than you can internal dialogue. Because if one has ever tried to write internal dialogue and you listen to your own, at least, it's not complete sentences. At least mine. If I even think text, but I usually do. Many times. If this were air hockey, if this were air hockey, this is when I'd pump, slamming the puck off walls, crouching low like aiming to win. I make a face. I snarl sometimes. I snarled once. And meant it. That's fun. That's really fun. My blue rod. Okay, so now I gotta get shocked. And there's the bolt. And I can see the bolt. Clenches my body. Excuse me. And I can see the red flash, the bolt, a jolt clenches my body. Jedi scores a point. I mean, in a flash fiction way, that seems like a complete story, and I say in a flash fiction way because people think they should end vaguely or create some sort of title that sets up the plot. I think my body is telling me I should drink a little more water and be done with this right now. I think it's a good story. It's good enough. Let's read it. And, well, I'd like to play it one more time, but I know I'm terrible at it, and that's okay. Let's see if I can find my voice. Probably need my water near so I don't tickle throat and cough, especially while reading. It's crazy. It's like I like tracking when I'm sick, and my data shows like how much less I output, but also like tracking my ability to read aloud, which I do a lot, and how that also diminishes just because your throat's all sensitive. We talk a lot, which further aggravates your body in a state of sickness. So let's read this, and then I can smile, I think. I think this will make me smile during the future. It'll at least bring back memories to me. Good memories. I don't have any bad memories about playing air hockey when I was young. Only good. With good people. A lot of them I think about often. When I'm not lost in my own world, which is often. For today's video game flash fiction story, inspired by the game, Star Wars Jedi Arena. Star Wars Jedi Arena. This is my arena, says Jedi, gripping the blue rod and moving it side to side over the flat black circular playing field. More fun than air hockey. No, it's not. Shockball sucks. It's like I'm sliding a phallic over ice oil. Guide my shot, my electric shot over the ball that randomly rolls around. So I can knock over colored tiles. And the points score when someone shocks me. Like it feels like an electric shock. Nothing bad, but really? I don't get shocked playing air hockey. Worst thing happens on air hockey, your finger slips from your puck hitter and your finger jams when between a puck and the puck hitter. But that's your fault for not playing the game like shock rod. By some randomly rolling ball, that fucking sucks. My throat too. Oof. Talk about, I guess this is one way that I can learn how to better control my voice. And then someday actually do a decent read for an audiobook. Someday. This is my arena, says Jedi, gripping. Okay, let's go for it. I think my throat's a little more clear. And these sentences suck. Over the phallic to guide my shot. Like these words right here don't need to exist. From a ball that randomly rolls around. So my shock somehow. And points are scored once a shock hits me. Wasn't there some James Bond movie where James Bond had to play some sort of like game? And you held the handles. Oh, man, I swear, like you had electric shock the more the score went up. I think it was Sean Connery, James Bond. And points are scored once a shock shocks me. This will help me reading it. Nothing bad, but really? I don't get shocked during air hockey. Worst thing happens from your puck hitter in your finger. Okay, so let's just make sure I have the color of the rods right too. Make sure blue stays blue. Okay. Oh, I see. That's what I want to make sure. Jed's gripping the blue rod. So let's just search for the word blue so I can make sure I can read this right. Moving my red rod to block their blue shock from hitting me. And let's look at the color. Blue. And then let's go red. I see the blue flash. Red. Oh, yes, you're going to find that pattern, of course. What if I did this? My red rod. Okay. We have colors right, too. We have the rod colors aligned. I feel I fixed it well enough, good enough, best enough, better than something it was, enough to read and not get tripped up too much. It's not like I gotta go and dig a ditch today, feeling the way I feel. I mean, and I've done that. I've unloaded semis feeling worse than the way I feel. That sucks. Didn't last long on that job. Anyway, let's not talk about work. Let's talk about date life in a world where there's a game called Shockball. Excuse me. Star Wars Jedi Arena. Star Wars Jedi Arena. This is my arena, says Jedi, gripping the blue rod and moving it side to side over the flat black circular playing field. More fun than air hockey. No, it's not. Shockball sucks. It's like I'm sliding a phallic over ice oil to guide my electric shock from a ball that randomly rolls around. So my shot can knock over colored tiles somehow. And points are scored once a shock shocks me. Like it feels like an electric shock. Nothing bad. But really? I don't get shocked during air hockey. Worst thing happens during air hockey, your finger slips from your puck hitter and your finger jams between it and the puck. But that's your fault for having a bad grip and not part of the game, like getting shocked by some randomly rolling ball. I can't even hit one of their barriers down. And Jedi's hit 4 of my brick blockers. And the handles to the rod, they're always sticky. Kids pick noses, popcorn grease, and hot dog mustard. And it costs 4 times as much as air hockey. 4 times. And the game doesn't last as long. And frick, they got frickin' 4 of my blocks. Like, and this stupid rod sticks. How'd they block that shock? And for some reason I say, I'm the star. He replies like he says this on all of his dates. I'm the star of Jedi's Arena. If this were air hockey, this is when I'd say, this is war. And I'd get all pumped, slamming the puck off the walls and crouching low like aiming to win. I snarled once playing air hockey and meant it. Instead, I'm moving a red rod to block their blue shock from hitting me, and I'm not even able to use my red rod to guide my shock. Like, this is frickin' annoying. And I can see the blue flash, the bolt. The jolt clenches my body. Jedi scores a point. They're swinging the rod side to side like having sex with the handle, saying, this is Jedi's Arena. Not sure I want to play air hockey with Jedi. I actually like that. Not say it's ready for press. Let's go ahead and write the commentary. Write the story. Inspired by the sights and sound of the game. And the memories of the writer. Critique that I don't mind this story. It feels good. Publish. Save the words. I think I've gone through all the Star Wars games. And, well, that was video game flash fiction for today. It's time to power this off. Pick up the game. And, well, time to go play life.